Hello and welcome back everyone. We are once again here for our grammar lesson. You know that we have been learning these tenses and till now we have completed 8 tenses. All present tenses had been completed and the past tenses are also completed. So today we are going to start afresh with a simple future tense. Simple future tense, dear friends, it is very easy and generally we frame many sentences in simple future tense knowingly or unknowingly. So this tense, I assure I also know that it is not going to be that much difficult for you to understand. But since it is part of a grammar, we should be very clear when this particular tense should be used. So this video may not last for a long, but just whatever 15, 16 minutes or 18 minutes it will last, just focus here. So if at all, if there is any drawback, you can conquer, overcome of your drawbacks and rectify your mistake if you are committing anywhere any kind of mistake. But I am very sure, since you are a student of higher classes, till now you have gone through the future simple future tense, and that much difficulty may not be there. Use also very clear in your mind that it is used to describe future action. Very simple. Simple future tense is used to describe future action. It is not that much complicated one. And we know what are the things you are planning, you are going to plan in the future, what you will do, what you will do tomorrow, what you will do the next week. Certain plans may be already in your mind. So future actions are generally narrated in simple future tense. We don't have to create that much confusion in our mind. Now here verb form is very simple. Shall or will plus V1. V1, when I say V1, V1 means root form, original form of the verb. We use shall or will plus V1 to form future tense, simple future tense sentences. Now, some of you might have idea, some of you may not have any idea. Shall or will. When to use shall and will according to the subject. See, dear friends, whenever I will talk about myself, I or we, I and we, generally in British English, it goes with shall. Rest of the he, she, it, and they, and you, they will go with we. Always remember I and we, they go with shall. But this day, English has become quite informal. I mean, Casually, people are framing sentences with will. Whenever we want to show the strong determination that I will definitely do that one, then rather than I shall do that, we generally say I will do that. There is nothing wrong in this one, but 100% be sure that whenever I and we is used, we use shall. When there comes a strong determination about a person, at that time we can use will also. Nowadays we are using will with I and we. in most of means most of the people do use here in India. But I and we, most of the time you have to use shall here. Occasionally, I mean, here we are using will also to show the strong determination. But he, she, it, they, and you, they will always go with will. That is what you need to remember. Here, with I and we can use will. But he, she, it, they, you, they will never take shall. It converts the sentence meaning into negativity. That is discussions of a longer time, and you need not to worry about that. Why here we can't use shall? But right now, what you need to remember, I and we generally goes with shall. He, she, it will go with. You will go with will. Here we can use will, but here we can't use shall. That is what you need to remember. Example I can give. She will give exam next month. Since it is a future planning and it is the action of a future, we can frame sentence like this. She will give exam next month. We shall go out today. We shall go out today. Say we give exam next month. We shall go out today. Planning to go out. So I know that you already know about future tense. So more elaborative or more discussions we are not doing here. I know that you will be able to solve this exercise also. So rather than discussing or giving a big lecture about simple future tense, let us go and solve these exercises. So some of the sentences I am going to write about simple future tense. So that will give you more depth knowledge about simple future tense. Just wait for half a minute or so. Okay, students, we are now ready with around about 8 sentences here. We have to fill in the blanks with the future tense form of the verb. This was dash much. Now, in simple future, we use shall or will. Shall is generally used with I and we. Unless there is a strong determination, we can use will also with I and we. I and we will go with will also. But he, she, it, you, and they generally go with will only. So that you have to keep in mind. Other than I and we generally will use will. This watch will cost much. This watch will cost much. Second, I dash to study French. Now here I is used. I shall go to study French. Now here you can also say that I will go to study French. If it is you are indicating a strong determination of the person. There is nothing wrong in this one. But grammatically correct is I shall go to study French. Will describe that that person has a strong determination to go to study French. But if both options are given shall and will, generally it is not given like that. But in that case, you better go and select shall. Next is the doctor dash the patient tomorrow. Doctor is the third person. We know that with I and we only we use shall, but with doctor we do not use that. So here the doctor will examine the patient tomorrow. Next is the gardener dares a sapling. Gardener is also third person, and with gardener we will use will plant sapling. This exercise seems very easy, doesn't it? No? Because work form is also very straightforward. There is uh, a little bit confusion. I mean, little bit care you have to take while selecting shall and will. Other than that, there is no confusion at all. I dash coffee. I shall drink coffee. They dash a dinner next week. They we generally write will they will arrange a dinner next week. The manager does a seminar tomorrow. The manager will hold a seminar tomorrow. Then last one, there's the company a skincare product. Launch is the verb given to us. So here, since it is a question, verb will come front and the second verb, original verb will go behind. Helping verb will come front here. So here, the company is given. The company is not I or we. So with this, we will use will the company launch will the company launch a skincare product? Question. So this is the way students you can fill in the blanks, you can identify the tense because identity of any tense is based on the way the verb is used. There are various tenses according to the tenses verb also varies. So to pick and identify any particular tense, you should have a proper knowledge of tenses. And you may be taking very lightly. Earlier, I also said that your spoken English can only improve. You can only become fluent by the proper grip on tenses. If you let loose in the grip of tenses, then your English is going to tutter. Means you may not be performing well in the spoken. You may not be having a confidence because of lack of knowledge of tenses. So that's it, my friends. This is about simple future tense. Let's have a quick recap. It is used to describe the future action, and verb form is shall or will plus verb V1. And with I and we generally use shall. Rest of the we use will. That is what you need to remember. Examples, you can pause the video and can see the examples also. You might be wondering about handwriting blackboard work because in live it looks good, but because of the video, the board may be little bit slanting. My height is too small, so that I am leaving the space up to there because the hand is not reaching up to there. So many problems are there, but because of this pandemic corona, we have to adjust with our study also. In live, had there been a live sessions, we would be having more interactions with each other. But because of that restrictions, certain things are not possible. And that is all, my friend, about simple future tense. We will see you about. We will see and meet about. I mean, next video is about future continuous tense. Till then, it's a goodbye from me. Have a good day ahead. Hello and very good morning once again to all of you. As you know, I am Pradeep Megwan and we have been learning about tenses these days. Up to now, we have covered around about 9 tenses. We discuss four tenses in the present, then we discuss past also, and one tense in future tense is also discussed. I hope that whatever has been taught or whatever you saw in the video, that you would be able to remember it, because watching a video is another thing, whereas memorizing the thing is a different thing. When you watch something with the purpose, that will really help you. So whatever you do, don't waste your time. Do everything with purpose. Because anyhow, you are spending that much time in watching videos or studying various other things. Sometimes you know what happens. Just because of the casual attitude, or just we take the things for granted, even though we spend the time, whatever time has been spent, the outcome may not be there. Why the outcome may not be there? Because you did it just as a routine, just as a formality, that you wanted to pass that much time, you wanted to show it to your parents, you wanted to make yourself realize that I had to study for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and you did that. But there might be no motivation from inside. So whenever you do anything, especially for the study, do everything with a specific purpose. When you sit down to watch any video, just tell yourself from inside that I am not watching this video for the sake of watching, but I am going to achieve something. If this video is not going to benefit me, then why should I waste my time? So everything that you do with the greater inner motivation, and that this type of thinking, this type of behavior will definitely help you. Okay, today we are going to study about future continuous tense. Now, as you know, as it is our pattern, first of all, we should know when we are supposed to use future continuous tense. All the continuous tense are also called as progressive tense. So, we are better known or better aware about this term future continuous tense. So, I am going like this only. Anyway, let's come back to the topic. Whenever you use any tense, you should be crystal clear that what is the situation. If you use tense according to the situation, that will add meaning to the sentence. And the person with whom you are talking, that person will also realize that whatever you are speaking perfectly, you are aware about the technical aspect of the grammar. Slowly and gradually, that will greatly benefit you. Okay, so let us discuss about the use of future continuous tense. When am I supposed to use it? Now, from the name itself, it is very clear. Future continuous tense. When we talk about the future, some action may remain continue in the future. Some action will take place in the future. Some action will be perfected, means finished in the future. There may be so many things. Suppose that you decide to read a book, or you decide to study at 5 o'clock. So that means that action will take place at 5 o'clock. But if you suppose that by 5:15 you will be reading, that work will be in the progress. So at that time you have to use future continuous tense, because in future by certain point of time that activity is going to be continuous, means it is going to be progressive at that point of time. So during that time you are supposed to use future continuous tense. We will also talk about future perfect, but that will be later on, because right now if I'll discuss all at once, then mind will get vocal, you will get confused, and I don't want you to do that. Okay, so future continuous tense, let us write something about the use so you better understand. when we are sure that certain action will be continuous. You can also say progressive, will be continuous or progressive by certain point of time in future. We use these tense. Read it very carefully that when we are sure that certain action will be continuous or progressive by certain point of time in future, we use this particular tense. There are many situations. Many situations. So just now also you can think. Now you can think that by evening today, I mean, round about 5 o'clock, what you will be doing. At 8 o'clock, what you will be doing. Tomorrow at this time, what you will be doing. So, we make certain assumptions. Means, uh, we think about various situations and certain things are already planned. So those things which are already planned and we are very sure that those type of action is likely to take place in the future. To indicate or describe this type of situation, we use this particular tense like a future continuous tense. For example, if I am very sure that by this time tomorrow I'll be giving lecture or I'll be teaching. So I can frame a sentence that tomorrow by this time I will be having my lecture or I will be teaching in the class. If you are very sure that at 5 o'clock you will be studying chemistry, then you can frame a sentence that today at 5 o'clock I will be studying chemistry, because that particular sentence indicates that the work will be in progress. Means at exact point of time when you are showing this or speaking this, that action will take place. So this way you are supposed to use future continuous tense. There are many situations, students. You make assumptions what you will do or what you will be doing by certain point of time in future. We are very sure. Okay, suppose at your home, if dinner time is fixed, say for an example 8 o'clock. If it is a custom in your home that round about 8 o'clock you generally take dinner, that today also you are going to take dinner at 8 o'clock. So you can tell your friends or someone with utmost surety that today at 8 o'clock I will be having my dinner. Today at 8 o'clock I will be having my dinner. So this way you can use future continuous tense. Now here what is the verb form? Verb form is shall or will plus be plus verb plus ing. Shall or will plus be plus verb plus ing. So this way, this particular formation indicates that this particular sentence is written in future continuous tense. When we discuss about simple future tense, at that time we had discussion that when to use shall and when to use will. Once again I am revising it that when we have a subject like I or we, when we have a subject like I or we generally use shall. Rest of the subject like he, she, it, you, and they, we use will with that. So that might be very clear with to you. So now let us frame a sentence. If I am sure that today at 5 o'clock I'll be reading a book, I can frame a sentence. Today at 5 I shall be reading a book. See students, we have become quite habitual of using will all the time. Even you might have noticed that while I was writing this, I had written will. There is nothing wrong in that one. But will show strong determination. In formal way, what you are supposed to write is shall. Means most of the time when we frame a sentence in English, generally related to future tense rather than saying I shall, we say I will, because that is the way we became habitual with. But you need not to bother, but in Polish English you are supposed to use shall. If you are pretty sure about someone's routine, I mean someone's activity, then you can frame a sentence for someone also. Tomorrow at this time he will be giving exam. Tomorrow at this time he will be giving exam. But you should be pretty sure that the person about whom you are speaking, he will be in examination hall and will be giving his exam. So, dear friends, what we discuss is about future continuous tense. Let's have a quick revision. We had discussed about the use when we are sure that certain action will be continuous or progressive by certain point of time. We use these tense. Verb formation you need to remember shall or will plus be plus verb plus ing, and you have two examples here. Today at 5 p.m. I shall be reading the book. Tomorrow at this time he will be giving exam. So you can notice this one shall be and verb plus ing, will be verb plus ing. If you are supposed to frame a question framing is also very easy. You have to bring in the verb front. Rather than using this phrase in the beginning, you can take that phrase at last. Will he be giving exam tomorrow at this time? Shall I be reading a book today at 5 o'clock? So that verb will come front, means it will be splitted. The initial portions of the verb will come front. That way you can frame question also. Since I know that you are the student of 11th and 12th standard, and this will look like a meager thing to you. I mean, not so important. You will feel like that I already know this. But say from the board's point of view, this becomes very easy. How much you know, it doesn't matter. How much you can produce, it does matters. You may be knowing all the answers by heart. I mean, in the class, in the live sessions, you may be giving answer. That is a different thing. But what you are supposed to do that in the board exam, you will have to write your answer. Writing requires perfection. It is not something like, hey, you can do any work haphazardly. No, you need to have a systematic writing. You need to have grammatically correct frame sentences. Then only you can score good marks in the exam. So writing matters, and writing will come with a good knowledge of tenses. So don't underestimate this particular topic which we are discussing, tenses. All tenses are important. They have equal importance. In fact, means various situations are there, and according to the various situations, we have to frame sentences in a different manner. Okay, that is all about discussions about future continuous tense. Just wait for 30 seconds or so. We are going to start with the exercise. I mean, I'll give you few sentences and we will solve it so that this will become quite easy to remember for you. Okay, students, we are ready here with the exercise. Because of the limitations here, we have only 6 sentences. I had kept the space yet only 6 sentences, and letters may be very small, visible but very small to you. You can zoom in the video and can see through it. Okay, since it is pretty clear that we are solving exercise related to future continuous tense, you have to keep that verb only in the mind, that certain action will be in a progressive mode by certain point of time in future. So these sentences are related to that. Now confusion will arise when all tenses are together, but we will take that type of exercise at the last. Right now, we are discussing about future continuous tense. So Peter dash with me at 5 p.m. In the bracket, the verb is given play. We know that it is continuous tense, future continuous tense. So here either we have to use shall or will according to subject. We know that shall is generally used with I and we, and Peter is a third person, so we will use will, be, and verb plus ing here, playing. Peter will be playing with me at 5 p.m. Let us go to the next sentence. The peacock in the garden, peacock dash in the garden. In the bracket, the verb is given dance. The peacock will come in the category of third person, will, be, dance, ing, dancing. The peacock will be dancing in the garden in monsoon. Satish dash lecture of maths at 9 a.m. In the bracket it is given attend. Satish is the third person, so we will write here will, then be, and attend will change into attending. Satish will be attending lecture of maths at 9 a.m. She dash grocery at 10 a.m. She is the third person, so here we will use will, and here be, and buying She will be buying grocery at 10 a.m. Next one is I dash to achieve my goal next year. Here bracket is not given, so I am writing it here. Work. Let's pray for work. I shall be working. Since it is written by me, one word is miss. So let me write here hard. I shall be working hard to achieve my goal next year. Sometimes, we are humans, so we tend to make mistakes. This hard word is forgotten by me. So bear with me for this type of things. I dash this book in the evening. Here, not plus B, negative sentence. So here, I shall not be reading this book in the evening. I shall not be reading this book in the evening. So when we take one tense at a time, exercise seems very easy. But generally it happens that when all tenses are given together and when you are not specified that fill in the blanks with so and so form of the verb, means use verb formation in so and so tense, then the confusion comes. Then you have to assume, identify the situations from the sentence. First of all, you have to decide which tense it might be, and then go with the fill in the blanks. Then it becomes quite tough, but we will do it gradually and slowly. Okay, that is all about future continuous tense. Rest other you can have a practice. We will be also sending you worksheet from here. But meanwhile, you try to work hard, or if you have any grammar book at home, try to see this particular tense so that it will benefit you in writing as well as spoken. That is all about future tense, and about this video we are winding up. We will see you in the next session with a new tense. Till then, it's goodbye from my side. Have a good day ahead.